Hello everyone, my name is Michelle Oberholzer. I am running for Michigan House of Representatives representing District 4 in 2018. We have strayed from real problems. We have made government a business. We have turned our minds to quantifying, commodifying, privatizing, and corporatizing our society. Money does not account for the wealth gaps, environmental costs, and morality rates. We have put quality of life second to big money and big business. Let's get back to affordability, accessibility, and equality in housing, environment, education, workforce, government, and transportation. Detroit. Detroiters need to put faith and care back into Detroit. Detroit has an ample amount of space, but a scarcity in livable housing. Detroiters have become renters, squatters, and even homeless. There is an immediate solution to this. Detroit. It's time to acculate urban homesteads by selling them to the current residents. It's a complex problem with a complex solution that can be done. As we already know from obvious effects of global warming, the natural environment is at risk. Changing state laws on protecting air, water, and land is my priority. Water is a human right. End water shutoffs. Make water bills affordable. Protect the Great Lakes that account for 20% of the freshwater supply. Prohibit any future oil pipelines through the Great Lakes, which has spilled 29 times, leaving more than 1 million gallons of oil in our water supply. Tying into environment, we must be 100% committed to transitioning to complete renewable energy. Ban fracking and eliminate new fossil fuel infrastructures. The families who are directly affected by the Detroit incinerators are experiencing health and safety issues. These incinerators must be shut down for the well-being of all people. Low-income communities with high populations of people of color are co-located with waste processing systems. We cannot allow these areas to be the dumping ground for waste. Clean air is a human right, not a privilege. Reintroducing polluters pay would hold people and businesses accountable for polluting and harming our environment. Being the center of the automotive industry, Detroit residents are unable to afford the cost to drive. I will fight to bring down car insurance and better public transportation for all. The education has been taking a downward spiral. We cannot have a child's future in learning be determined by zip code or income status. Equality and justice is a war we are still fighting. Ending racism, sexism, classism, Islamophobia, and homophobia at every level of our government and society is my pledge. I also pledge to always prioritize a person's basic human rights, regardless of race, gender, identity, religion, or class. Fighting to end school-to-prison pipelines and invest in resources in schools and after-school programs in low-income communities and communities of color. We must improve prison conditions, allowing for mental health treatments, education opportunities, and end solitary confinement. Addiction is a disease, not a crime, and should be treated as such. Two very controversial subjects today: the legalization of marijuana and immigration. I support the legalization of marijuana and commuting the sentences of people charged with marijuana-related crimes. Immigration is another topic causing waves. We must support pathways to citizenship, oppose ICE, and support the Dreamers. Oppose the Muslim bans. All families belong together. I'm fighting for LGBTQ rights and gender equality. We must outlaw discrimination and support individuals who are transgendered. Closing the wage gap for all women is my priority. Women are overall paid 74 cents for every dollar paid to a man. For women of color, the gap is even wider. I defend Roe v. Wade and support cost-free women's health care, along with HIV preventative and treatment for all people. Thank you very much for watching my speech.